You will get a message soon, boys.
Hey, bro, is that Jambo?
Let's get high! Let's get high!
Kicking up corners. Yeah, we could be superstars, but I'm pretty sure our time is up. And so we fell off the spinning tops.
ATL Jagger. Say you my nigga, I'ma be your killer. Nobody gonna play with you when I'm with you. Go against any nigga like fuck this glitter. Skeet all dirt on bitches. I put it in for you, I spin for you. Whatever you with, I'm with it. How you gon' cost a nigga that rockin' with you? I got you lit in the city. I been multitasking, rapping and being the daddy to my little children. I been spinning on business and spinning and spinning and spinning until I'm dizzy. I do all the smack, you ain't never step or help with none of you killing. You doing a lot of capping, watch when I catch, I'ma whack you in front of the witness. Damn, my nigga, you tripping. We could've been superstars. Remember when we were jacking cars? Now it's not safe for you. You switch like a pussy little bitch. Damn, my nigga, you tripping. We could've been superstars. Can't help it, now I'm reminiscing. Remember when we were jacking cars? Now you better keep your distance, cause it's not safe for you. You switch like a pussy little bitch.
Yo, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to Scoop and Score. If you guys tuned into our other show 30 minutes ago, welcome back, guys. Make sure you guys are retweeting and liking, commenting on today's show. We'll be going over the Rams and the Cardinals game tonight, guys. How are we doing today, guys? I'm your host, Slam the Bookie. These are my co-hosts, Alpha Dog Bets, Hefe Pigs, and the man himself, BBB, aka Michelob Ultra. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. Coming off a fresh, wild card weekend. It had some crazy stuff, had some square plays as well. Interested to get into tonight's game with you guys. Hefe, how you doing?
I'm so excited for tonight's game, man. I mean, what a great sports day. Happy MLK Day. Great wild card weekend. Some games, not so much. I think we're going to get a great game tonight. We got NBA basketball on all day. I'm just excited to break down what happened and talk about tonight's game, man. Slam, how we doing?
Man, great. Happy MLK Day. It's a good day, man. We got early basketball. The Hornets are up.
Shut up.
Let's keep it rolling, guys. As always, special shout out to Pierre Wage. If you guys haven't already, make sure to follow him on the Twitter, guys. Let us know what you guys think of the hype video, man. I mean, that shit gets me pumped every time I do the show. But we're going to go through a quick recap. Very square weekend, in my opinion. A lot of favorites. I think one dog won outright. 49ers, RIP Cowboys. Let's go over the Raiders and Bengals game because that was a close game, boys. I personally gave out a lean. I gave out a lean on the Raiders plus the points there, and heartbreak, man. 4th and goal and couldn't get it in, boys. The Raiders beat themselves. So too many flags. I mean, what is it, like holding calls? But, I mean, they ended up converting, and they just couldn't get it in the end zone. Disappointed, man. Ended up getting second half Raiders, but I wish I got that full game. Alpha, how'd you do this game, man?
So this one I had the over. Now, it was one of my best bets. So 1-1 on best bets for the weekend, but I had the over. What a frustrating game, man. The over lost by 3.5 points. Yeah. They had 7 or 8 field goals. I just needed somebody to score a touchdown on one of those 7 or 8 field goals. They got so many holding penalties inside the 10, kept getting pushed back. Very frustrating game. And the refs are a big story in this one. Hefe, what'd you think about this game?
The refs, man. The refs. I hate after a game to have to talk about the people in the black and white stripes determining how the game ended. And yes, I know there was still a game to play and many other plays, but in my mind, that erroneous whistle call was just, you can't make that play. You have to know what you're doing. And the way that it was explained, literally 2 seconds after the play was called and it happened, that touchdown should have never stood. As a Raiders fan, you got to have that terrible feeling in the pit of your stomach.
Yeah, man, and that call where what's his name, Burrows kind of threw it and he stepped out of bounds. There was a whistle blown, right?
The
play should be called dead, man, and there should be a review. But they ended up reviewing and giving him that touchdown. A great touchdown pass, but the Raiders kind of stopped playing defense.
Crazy! It's absolutely crazy.
So, I mean, that was probably the big turning point right there, man. And, that kind of determined the spread and covering for the Raiders there. But I don't know, man. BBB, what'd you have on that game?
Yeah, like I mentioned in the last show, I had a small play on the Raiders there. Wasn't a best bet, but either way, it still definitely hurt to kind of watch that one the way that it kind of ended up playing out. You just hate seeing, the whole ref situation and just having to have the whole debate on Twitter with everybody about, how the game could have been different. But, anytime it's in the ref's hands, it's not ideal. But you move on, you get to the next game.
One thing I want to add to this game, the one thing I respect about the NFL, which they never really do, is they held these refs accountable. Jerome Boger and his staff will not be officiating any other games for the rest of the postseason.
Right.
It's the right decision. It's the right decision.
The whistle.
Listen, if you're not going to make these guys full-time and give them full-time hours and full-time pay the referees, these are going to continue to happen, but you must hold them accountable because you can't just let things like this go. So I'm happy the NFL for once stepped up. They said the refs made an error, and they got them out of the playoff for the rest of it. So it's good to see the NFL being active because nobody wants to see games come down to stuff like that. The game is supposed to be between Team A and Team B, not whatever the ref decided to do. So good move by the NFL.
Yep, for sure, man. Yeah, I was gonna say something about that. Yeah, man. Let's go into our second recap. I don't want to even talk about the Bills and the Bucks game because that was.
We have to talk about it.
Let me just say this. Let me just say this.
What a game!
I just want to say this one. Let me just get this one-liner off. 2 seconds. The Bills played a perfect offensive game.
Immaculate.
Literally a perfect offensive game. No field goal attempts, no punts, no interceptions, no fumbles lost, a score on every single drive. I hope, and I said this on our other show, Alpha, I hope there isn't a letdown because this is their Super Bowl coming up this weekend, Bills Chiefs. And I'm not going to talk about it anymore because we're going to have a show on Friday to really discuss that. But, man, I just hope they didn't put their all in, have that moment, have that perfect game plan, execute it perfectly to just go to KC next week and not, replicate that. It is so hard to replicate what they just did against the Patriots. I just hope there's no letdown because they played perfect offensive football. That's all I want to say.
They don't need to replicate it. They don't need to replicate the game plan that they had. They just need to play a similar style.
I agree.
Yeah, man. And I said it on the last show, man. I think, if the Bills started fast, which they did, and got up on the score, the Patriots had no shot in catching up, man. And this is exactly what the Bills did offensively. The Pats had no answer. The Bills got it done. I'm gonna be rooting for them the next game, but we'll see. You gotta wait till Friday, guys. You guys have anything else on this game before we move on?
I did not know.
I did. That was one of my best bets. I had Bills -4. That kind of went exactly to how I thought that game would go. We kind of saw a little preview of it when they had played the last time. Everyone thought this would be kind of the deciding factor. Like I said, if there wasn't tornado winds, I thought the Patriots would struggle. Rookie quarterbacks have not fared well in the playoffs. So that was a good one there. Let's move on to the next one though. We got plenty to cover.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I'm going to talk about this one, man. The Cowboys versus the 49ers. Right? I gave out, I think Hefe and I gave out 49ers on the show.
I did as well.
That is not the story here.
Well, yeah, that's not the story. But anyways, catch the 49ers. Great. They played great defensively. Offensively, got it done. A couple field goals. Just scored enough to pretty much win, right? The door was open for the Cowboys to win the game outright. But whose fault was it? I'm gonna ask y'all, whose fault was it really? Was it the head coaching or is it Dak?
Neither. I think it's neither, and nobody's holding this man accountable. But it's Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator. He calls the plays, and how Dak Prescott didn't know that the referee must set the ball because he's fumbling with the ball, handed it to the center, not really knowing what to do, and he just killed the last 3 seconds. So they really needed to give the ball to the ref, let him put it down, and spike it quickly, or not run a quarterback scramble right up the middle when you have no timeouts at the end of the game. But the offensive play caller is Kellen Moore. Nobody's talking about that. Everyone's saying McCarthy. I get he's the head coach. I've heard praise of Kellen Moore all season long, rightfully so. But he needs to have some accountability for this. He is the offensive play caller. So I'm holding McCarthy and Kellen Moore accountable and Dak Prescott for not being able to know that the referee must get the ball to set it.
Dak Prescott is 100% to blame for this. You have to check out of that play call. Know your surroundings. Know where you are in the game. Fine. You don't want to check out of the play call. You want to run this ridiculously stupid play. Maybe you go down a couple seconds early because those extra 10 yards that you got at the end and those 2-3 seconds that you wasted getting that is why you did not have a chance to ever throw the ball in the end zone. Not one freaking time. They had 14 accepted penalties, the most in Cowboys history in a playoff game, and they were still right there with a chance to tie the game at the end. And a stupid, ridiculous QB draw with 14 seconds left cost them that opportunity. They're all to blame. How about that? Kellen Moore for calling the play, Mike McCarthy for okaying the play to even go into Dak's helmet, and Dak for sitting there lining up and running the play and not checking out. Everybody's accountable.
Yeah.
One of the worst offensive mistakes down the line I've ever seen in a game, ever. And let's not even talk about the Cowboys got a penalty in literally the worst moments over and over.
Every single time. It was so annoying.
And over again. Self-inflicted loss. 100%.
Undisciplined. It was undisciplined. They had an undisciplined performance on all aspects. It's just a frustrating game. How about Trayvon Diggs, though? Everyone talking about he's going to be an X factor, make a ton of plays. He kept biting on the pump fake and kept getting taken deep. Lucky Jimmy Garoppolo can't throw, because if he could, they would have scored at least 6 more touchdowns when they kept double moving on Trayvon Diggs' side. He has to work on that for next year. He's unbelievable ball hawk, but you can't be that aggressive in the NFL. And in a playoff game, they were just open all day behind him.
Yeah, I agree. I think Diggs has a lot of potential. He's obviously got the ball hawking skills, and I think that's, he is a rookie. Like every rookie's going to have its flaw. I think he will be able to build on that. Obviously, he's got a whole, offseason to work on a lot of the stuff where, hey, look, here's your flaws. I think they're going to have a heck of a player in him. As far as like the last situation there with the Cowboys, I think the whole organization is to blame. Like just like Hefe said there, where I think you can give blame to literally every single person. The one person I don't want to hear blame on is the refs. I heard so many like it's rigged, it's this.
No, horseshit. That's been a rule forever, man.
The ref did everything
Not at all.
he could. That man hauled his butt up there. He tried to spot it. He has to spot it. It's the rules. He went up there. He did a quick spot. You can't blame the ref there when you had that, some questionable play calling down the stretch there, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
All right, boys. Yeah, man. Screw the Cowboys. Go 49ers. Anyways, let's move on. I guess let's talk about this game. One last recap, guys, and we're moving on to our main game tonight. Yes, Steelers versus the Chiefs, man. It was a slow first quarter.
Hold on. 1 second. We have an unbelievable comment in the chat from Hello, and I'm not saying the 30 numbers you have after your name, but Hello, you just stated that Diggs is Marcus Peters Jr. Me and Hefe watched the games together yesterday, full disclosure, and I believe you were the one who turned to me and said, Trayvon Diggs is literally Marcus Peters. So great comment. I feel the same exact way. He just jumped. He's too aggressive.
They are identical people that get enamored by the big interception statistics, but fail to see he's one of the worst route runners ever. He gets beat on any juke. There was a play yesterday. This game should have never been as close if Jimmy G was even a competent quarterback. Do you remember the Ayuk route?
Yes.
Ayuk
the double move, the double pump,
open. Yep. Jimmy just threw it a little bit out of his reach. That's a catch. We're never even talking about this last drive for the Cowboys.
A little
getting a touchdown.
A little out of his reach. Garoppolo threw 38 yards over the guy's freaking head. How the Cowboys competed in this game was solely because Jimmy G could not put them away. It was unbelievable the mistakes he made, the interception. It's typical Jimmy G football. That's why it's so hard to bet on the 49ers because of what he does in these situations. He's known to make the bad read and the big mistake. And he did it yesterday that almost cost them. They got the pick, almost returned it for a touchdown, got their first touchdown of the game. It's really what changed that game and made it competitive was that interception.
You're right.
Yep. You guys want to talk about the Steelers and Chiefs or just move on?
I'll just give a note. I mean, the Chiefs looked dead. They looked absolutely slow. It's sluggish. TJ Watt comes out, gets a defensive scoop and score touchdown, and it's like the Chiefs woke up. They scored 21 points in a millisecond and never looked back. I've never seen such a firecracker, like something to just jumpstart an offense, be like the opposite team getting a scoop and score fumble touchdown on you. It was just incredible to see. And then they went on and scored 6 touchdowns in their next 6 drives.
Love it. Love it. One thing I want to stay on this one is about Ben Roethlisberger. What a career. I believe he was drafted in 2004. It's 2022. 18 years. Always there in Pittsburgh. Always putting up good performances. That team had a winning record every single year. So shout out to him. Enjoy your retirement. You're an awesome football player. Enjoyed watching him play.
First ballot Hall of Famer. He'll have a bust in Campton in no time, man. 2 great
Absolutely.
Super Bowls for him. Been there for a lifetime. Barely ever had a losing season. It's truly incredible.
Great career.
He never had a losing season.
I think you're right. I don't think he's
No.
ever
Yeah, I agree.
Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. So which is just crazy to think about.
Yeah, man. But good win for the Chiefs, man. They completely blow them out. Like in the second
As they
quarter, it
should've.
was 21 unanswered points after the Steelers scored. Man, I had the under in that game, so it was brutal. But
Yeah,
anyways.
I think that was really handled really well by the Chiefs, because that was definitely a letdown spot. You even had like the Big Ben comments in the beginning about how like, yeah, we're gonna get blown out. We're gonna go out and have fun. Like it was set up to be a huge letdown spot. I think a lot of people were kind of banking on it to be, but I think after getting punched in the mouth out the gates, they came out and handled business, and now we'll get to see a great matchup next week.
Absolutely.
For sure. All right, guys. Before we get to our main game tonight, Cardinals versus the Rams. Big shout out to Peer Wage,
The GOAT.
for sponsoring this show, guys. If you guys haven't already, make sure to follow him right now on Twitter. He's the best in the business. But yeah, guys, let's jump right into our, Monday Night Football or NFL playoff here. Cardinals versus the Rams. The line is sitting at -3.5. Rams are at home. JJ Watt is back for the Cardinals. Funny trend.
You got to say the story. You got to say the story, but what?
You tell him the story. Tell him the story.
Tell him the story, Alpha. Great story.
4:00 in the morning, J.J. Watt drove to the Cardinals facility, met up with the general manager, and brought him the paperwork to make him eligible to play tonight. He handed the GM the signed paperwork, said, "I'm good to go," and said, "We are winning the title." So it was unbelievable to see that kind of story. You love to see it. You love to see guys that just want to do everything to get out there, and JJ wants to play. So excited to see his performance tonight.
Yeah, man. Do you have anything on this game, Alpha, though?
I do. I'm on the Rams, actually, in this spot. I'm going to be completely honest here, guys. And in all historic spots with this Cardinals team is a major letdown in all their big moments. I think the Rams get this one done tonight pretty easily. It's been a trend. Favorites are covering, and I think the better coach here is going to be the difference maker. I think Sean McVay is a much, much better coach, and because of that, I think they're going to be better prepared. The Rams have been here before. They've made runs before. They have a lot of guys that have made runs. So I don't think nerves will be an issue. There is a lot of pressure on this team, and I think they will live up to it. BBB.
I like it. I love it. I'm rocking the old school St. Louis Rams sweatshirt today because that's what I'm going to be on today. I'm rocking with them. I agree with you. I think your points, they pretty much explained right where I'm thinking as well. I think they're the deeper team. I think they're the more experienced team. They've got guys that have made the runs, like you said. And then when it comes down to coaching, like, not that McVay always makes the best decisions, but I can tell you I'm not putting my money in Cliff Kingsbury's hands.
I think he's horrible.
If you saw some of the questionable decisions last night, I guarantee you he's sitting there right now saying, "Hold my beer. I'm about to make some more tonight." So
for real.
I like the Rams at like a short number here. Fun fact, since 2017, every one of these games have been decided by 7 or more points. So, even if they do lose, it's probably, you're going to lose by more than 7 anyways, I guess. It's the rules. It's a trend. It has to happen. But yeah, I like the Rams in this spot. Hefe, what do you like tonight?
It's a cute sweatshirt you got on, man. It's really cute. It's going to suck when you have to rip it off tonight. When the freaking Cardinals win this game out freaking right, and you guys are crazy to be on the Rams, I'm going to tell you why.
You guys are
Cardinals 7-1 on the road this year, guys. They're a different team away from their building. It makes no sense, but it makes a lot of sense. Here's my number one point. This game smells exactly like the Niners-Cowboys game to me. There is nobody in the NFL who has more pressure on them than Matthew Stafford. 2 first-round picks, and Jared Goff gets Matthew Stafford to the team. Jared Goff took this team to the Super Bowl. Matt, you really going to lose in the first round to the Cardinals? Yeah, you are. Zach Ertz, humongous X factor, nobody's talking about. And how about oh my God, the Rams have
because he sucks.
Oh my God, Von Miller, Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp. Oh my God, Cam Akers is back tonight, guys. Did you hear? The Cardinals have playmakers too, guys. Start showing respect to James Conner. Start showing respect to Zach Ertz. That defense is loaded. Stop acting like Chandler Jones is in one of the best defensive players in the league, man. Open your eyes.
Who are the top 3 passing options for them tonight for the Cardinals? Captain Kirk, Zach Ertz,
AJ Green, and
Waisley.
probably Kirk.
AJ Green's 97 years old.
Hey, Larry Fitzgerald's going to be up in the booth. Maybe they can call him down.
And don't forget about he's not going to be in the booth. He's actually on Manning Cast tonight.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to be on the.
Oh, by the way, let me just tell you because Manning Cast is awesome tonight.
It's amazing.
Larry Fitzgerald, The Rock, and Russell Wilson is going to tell us what team he's playing for live on national.
The Giants. It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing. It's gonna, literally.
I will say, if you do believe in the Manning curse, Larry Fitzgerald on the show. I don't know. Does that count? Does that count?
It counts.
Does that
count?
Anyway, guys, seriousness. I think there's a lot of pressure on the Rams tonight. And I think they come out jittery, nervous. And I think the Cardinals stick to their game plan. I think Kyler just has to minimize his mistakes and maximize his physical abilities to run into the pocket and make a broken play into a positive play. I think the Cardinals get it done. I think they cover the plus 3.5, which is what I'm taking them at. I can see the Rams winning this game. I just see them winning by a field goal or less. Give me Cardinals plus 3.5. I've loved this play all day.
Dude.
Slam, I know you're with me, so tell me why.
Man, I love Hefe. All right, man. Yeah, so I am backing Cardinals plus the 3.5, man. I think this will be a defensive battle, guys. I mean, the Rams have so much pressure. I think so much pressure is on Stafford right now to get his first playoff win. And it's in LA, man. So whenever you play for a team in LA, there's always pressure there. So I think, JJ Watt back in the lineup is big because obviously bringing pressure on Matthew Stafford. And
how effective will he be?
This trend, 7-0 when JJ Watt is playing. 7-0.
Pre-injury. How effective is he going to be tonight? They didn't expect to have him. He's not going to be.
He's JJ Watt, bro. I think he's going to play hard, bro.
It's more about the emotional leadership having him there. I think it galvanizes the other guys. That's the biggest part about him being there.
Possible.
But it just sucks seeing you guys being so wrong. I hope you guys have a good NBA day. So, to counteract this awful idea that Cliff Kingsbury and Zach Ertz are carrying the Cardinals to the promised land.
That's fine.
The amount of trust you guys have in Cliff Kingsbury is what really is just shocking to me.
Alpha, can you do me a favor? Serious question. Can you check out Stafford interception? Yes, what the odds are, or anybody? And we just had a comment.
I've been looking for it. I was looking for
is it juiced on yes? Is it juiced on yes?
It has to be. I mean, the guy.
I got it.
What is it? It's
No, it is juiced on yes to minus 120. Basically a pick'em, which means that the Rams won.
Bro.
Yeah, that means Rams by 90.
Kyler's interception prop is juiced to the no. It's at minus 130, but I have yes for Stafford at minus 120 and at minus 108 for no. So both are on FanDuel if you guys are looking for action. Just take Kyler pick and take the Rams alt line by 38. You'll be fine.
All right, we'll see. We'll see tomorrow.
Hey, you know what?
You guys have everything on the total before we. Oh my God! Are you watching this Illinois game, guys?
No, we're watching the Knicks get absolutely gutted in New York. It's absolutely brutal. They have no LaMelo Ball. Julius Randle's playing like a freaking idiot. Don't get me going. It's a football show.
Miles Bridges is making his all-star campaign in this game.
We had 44 points in the first half. Stop it. We had 44
Pretty
points.
good.
Yeah, pretty good.
They'll probably come back, dude. It's the Hornets, bro. You guys have everything on a total here before we close things out?
Only thing I'll say is that the total line that is set got surpassed by a lot in both matchups this year. It is the playoffs, though, so defense is a lot tighter. But in both matchups between these two teams this year, there was a ton of points.
I actually just want to make a comment about over-unders. I saw this to you yesterday, Alpha. It's whatever you think is going to happen. For some reason, the opposite happens. I mean, we were supposed to get shootouts where we got close games. We were supposed to get close games where we got shootouts. It's been kind of a tough weekend for totals, in my opinion. I kind of lean the under because of that, because I think people expect a shootout. I see a closely contested game, and to me, that leans for Cardinals cover.
No, but
I lean with the under as well. I think just because it's a divisional third-time senior opponent type of deal. But I'm definitely not going to have a play on it because this is one of those games where both teams could score like 100.
Oh my God! Stop fucking shooting, Randall! Jesus, this guy sucks. Oh my God! Oh, they shot it. Oh, we made one. Keep shooting. You're doing good.
But yeah,
I'm going to say this right now. When the Knicks are down 20, you got to take the Knicks at whatever the live spread is. They
what's
always
the
for some
score?
reason
right now
the
Knicks are up by 8.
Right now they're down by
Shut
15.
The fuck up.
They're down 17.
But yeah, man. Thank you all for tuning in.
Yes.
You guys have everything else before we close out?
Nah, man. Just excited for the wildcard game today, and we'll be back on Friday to preview the divisional round. And we already know we're gonna have one matchup for the freaking ages with the Chiefs Bills. I think the Packers Niners is a really, really interesting. Good. Wow.
Yeah.
What a dunk by Mitch. I think the Packers Niners is actually a really good matchup. I think that line is hovering around 5. And the Bengals Titans, man, that's a pick 'em. That's a -3 for the Titans. So basically a pick 'em. That's an interesting line. I'm wondering where that line will end up when we get back on Scoop and Score on Friday. And obviously we don't know who the Bucs play. We just know that they'll be playing at home, facing the winner of tonight's game.
For sure.
Yeah, I think those
guys. We'll be back on Friday. Remember, Scoop and Score Mondays and Fridays. We'll be back at regular time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be going over the whole NFL slate for you guys, so make sure to tune in, guys. Other than that, guys, good luck tonight, and go Cardinals.
There's some
Good
great
luck to
games
everybody
this
on the
weekend.
Rams. We appreciate